General Hospital spoilers for the week of March 24 to 28 reveal that Drew Quartermain's new ally will strike while Jen Sidwell prepares for a secret meeting. Nina Reeves will also have a bad feeling, so let's talk about what's ahead on the ABC soap. For starters, Lucky Spencer and Elizabeth Baldwin will have to decide how to proceed after a deep discussion about their feelings for each other. Liz and Lucky nearly hit the sheets the other day, but they'll ultimately realize they should take a moment to talk about where things stand first. From there, Elizabeth and Lucky might surrender to the love that's flooding back and get passionate if they're on the same page. Meanwhile, Nina will struggle with some concerns, so Drew will no doubt be a factor in why she's on edge. If Nina can't talk Willow Corinthos out of moving in with Drew, that could certainly add to Nina's worries. Nina has resolved to do whatever it takes to tear Willow and Drew apart, but she'll be risking her own bond with Willow in the process. Drew could expose his past hookups with Nina and drag her down with him, so that's something she'll have to fret over. Whatever the case, Nina will deal with some anxiety over her plan and perhaps worry about Drew tightening his grip on Willow too. Drew has a press conference in the works, so that could bring the potential for disaster depending on what GH writers have in mind. Could that press conference go wrong and lead to even more damage to Drew's reputation? Regardless, Drew will find someone that he thinks could be a good ally soon. Now that Martin Gray has been arrested and extradited to California, Drew may find himself in need of another lawyer. Since we know Marco is an attorney, he may step up to represent Drew and strike back on his behalf in the coming episodes. Marco is definitely headed to Port Charles, which should delight Lucas Jones, but Lucas won't know the whole story. GH spoilers say Marco is keeping some secrets since all signs point to him being Sidwell's son with Natalia Ramirez, Eva LaRue. It turns out Marco will pay a visit to Windermere soon, so that may be for a strategy session with Sidwell. There's a good chance that dropped credit card in Miami was no accident if Sidwell perhaps instructed Marco to get closer to Lucas. Sidwell has plenty of schemes in the works, so Lucas might get pulled into one of them. As for Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, she'll remain concerned over Drew's blackmail plot and his ability to blow up her life. Ava Jerome, Maura West, may make more predictions about one of Drew's enemies handling him, so we'll see if Drew indeed lands at the center of a grim whodunit soon. General Hospital spoilers say the week of March 24-28 will bring some exciting news and some unraveling mysteries, so stay tuned for updates on all the drama. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Messy Syrup. It's me, Abby here. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Keep watching, so let's dive into today's video. General Hospital spoilers hint that Valentin Cassadine may offer the name of the penthouse bomber. Will Valentin bargain with Sonny Corinthos for his life and freedom? In the March 17 episode, Sonny caught Valentin in the middle of a break-in. Valentin came back to his former residence to retrieve fake passports and other documents, but Sonny busted him at gunpoint. Now Valentin's in a tight spot, so what's he going to do next? Sonny could easily fire at Valentin or summon the cops, but neither of those options will appeal to Valentin. With that in mind, Valentin's best bet is to try bargaining with Sonny. This is Valentin's chance to propose a deal and hope that he makes it out of this mess alive. On March 18, GH spoilers say Valentin will offer up some intel, so let's assume Sonny will be on the receiving end. Perhaps Valentin will push Sonny to let him walk free in exchange for some valuable information. Since the person who blew up Sonny's penthouse may be connected to the intelligence community, Valentin might know who's to blame. Maybe Valentin will reveal the name of the culprit as a trade for his survival and escape. Sonny may question why he should believe Valentin under the circumstances, and even suspect that Valentin himself might have arranged for that incendiary device. However, Valentin might bring up some evidence that shifts suspicion off himself and onto someone else. There could be a trail that points to another baddie, so Valentin may insist the info will check out if Sonny digs into it. Valentin might claim Jack Brennan is behind the explosion, or perhaps there'll be a different character he accuses. Either way, Valentin may swear he's innocent when it comes to the penthouse blowup and spill intel on the guilty party. Of course, Sonny could still fire at Valentin, but that'd mean making a mess in his new house and could prompt an investigation if someone were to hear the shot. As for calling the police on Valentin, Sonny may want to avoid that as well. Valentin might point out that if Sonny lets him go, then Sonny can deal with the explosion culprit his way. Otherwise, Valentin could tell the cops everything and hinder Sonny's opportunity at vigilante justice. Will Sonny strike a deal with Valentin? Will Valentin reveal the name of the person who blew up Sonny's penthouse? And if he does, will he be telling the truth? General Hospital spoilers suggest that Carly's brain is damaged and unfortunately, she will never be the same anymore. According to the latest spoilers, it seems like Carly doesn't have long before the poison in her system does its job. Will she survive the attempt on Brennan's life? That's what fans want to know. As many General Hospital fans are aware of, Carly took a sip of tainted champagne that was meant for Brennan. But now she's in the hospital fighting for her life. And unfortunately for the beautiful blonde, things just won't be the same for her ever again. But as everyone in the soap opera world knows, you can always expect the unexpected, and even during the most dire of moments. Carly might not have taken her last breath yet, but her life is going to change as she and everyone else knows it. Of course, the internet certainly did have a lot to say about the matter. Some have even commented with, "I hope Carly wakes up, but Sonny needs to get rid of Valentin. Robin needs to come to help her. Bring Robin back for a visit." General Hospital spoilers. Carly might not have taken her last breath just yet. Another critic wrote, "Well, the antidote is here unless Carly has more danger in store for her. Carly had better survive. No reason to watch GH if Carly isn't there." And then there was this comment as well. "So Carly pretty much saved Brennan's life twice now, but I have a feeling that she's not going to die. She can't die. The show just wouldn't be the same without her, and everyone knows that." It goes without saying that General Hospital fans will simply have to tune in each and every day to find out what will happen next in General Hospital. The youngest members of the Corinthos family are learning hard lessons about loyalty, betrayal, and the cost of broken promises. Wiley Corinthos, once an innocent child, has grown into a sharp and determined young man who yearns for the ideal family life he once knew. A life where his father, Michael Corinthos, and his mother, Willow Corinthos, lived in harmony. However, that dream has been shattered by choices that have rewritten his family's fate. In Wiley's eyes, the man responsible for this disruption is none other than Drew Cain. For years, Wiley's world was filled with comforting memories of a close-knit family. He fondly recalls the days when Michael and Willow's home was filled with laughter, security, and unity. But as he grows older, Wiley begins to understand the darker undercurrents of adult relationships. He pieces together the tangled web of betrayals that led to the disintegration of his once happy home. Initially, Wiley saw the bond between Willow and Drew as harmless, assuming it was a natural extension of family ties. However, whispers of scandal and hushed conversations revealed the unthinkable. Willow had been unfaithful, and Drew, the man he once admired as an uncle figure, had seduced his mother, tearing apart the sacred union between Michael and Willow. This revelation turned Wiley's world upside down. The betrayal of trust and the destruction of his family ignited a mix of anger, betrayal, and disgust within him. His feelings toward Willow became equally conflicted. How could she, his guiding light, allow herself to become entangled with someone who destroyed their family? Wiley's childhood innocence gave way to a complex inner turmoil, pitting his desire for familial love against the harsh reality of betrayal. The drama escalated when Willow announced her decision to move in with Drew, taking Wiley's younger sister, Amelia, with her. For Willow, this was a fresh start, but for Wiley, it was the final devastating blow. The thought of sharing a home with Drew, the man who dismantled his family's happiness, was unbearable. Wiley, now a voice of fierce conviction, confronted Willow with raw emotion and clarity. He criticized her for making such a life-altering decision without consulting him and issued a bold ultimatum: choose Wiley or Drew. To Wiley, allowing Drew into their lives was non-negotiable, and he made it clear that he would never accept a life under the same roof as the man who betrayed his family. Wiley's ultimatum carried the weight of a child who had seen too much pain and was determined not to let history repeat itself. His words encapsulated a profound truth. The family he had known and loved was irrevocably altered, and rebuilding it required a radical, uncompromising stance. For Willow, this confrontation forced her to reckon with the emotional fallout of her choices. Her decision to embrace Drew, despite the catastrophic consequences it had on her marriage, symbolized a decisive break from a once-cherished way of life. Now, as she prepared to announce the impending move, the true cost of her choices was laid bare. Wiley's decision to potentially leave his mother and sister and move in with his maternal grandmother, Carly Spencer, was laden with emotional complexity. Carly represented a link to the family he once knew, a life untainted by betrayal. By choosing Carly, Wiley was not only rejecting Drew, but also making a profound statement about his desire to reclaim the family values that had been violently disrupted. His ultimatum was a plea for Willow to recognize the weight of her actions and the irreversible damage they had caused. The fallout from this emotional confrontation reverberated throughout the Corinthos family. Michael, already reeling from the betrayal that fractured his marriage, faced the pain of seeing his son forced to choose between loyalty to his family and a twisted new reality. Willow, caught between her desire for a new start with Drew and the love she once held for her family, was forced to confront the far-reaching consequences of her decisions. Wiley's defiance and determination to reclaim a semblance of a happy family stood as a testament to the enduring power of hope. As the drama unfolds, fans can expect the fallout from Wiley's ultimatum to reshape the Corinthos family forever. The tension between personal loyalty and the need for a stable, loving home will be explored in vivid detail as characters are forced to reckon with the consequences of their actions. Wiley's resolute voice will stand as a beacon of the unyielding quest for a family that remains whole, a quest that might just redefine what it means to belong. In Port Charles, every decision carries the potential to alter lives irrevocably, and Wiley's fight for a true, unbreakable family has only just begun. General Hospital spoilers tease that Drew is not the type to give up easily, and when he realizes that Nina and Carly are secretly working together to bring him down, he understands that he cannot just sit back and wait. This battle is no longer a simple power struggle. This is a fight for survival where the weak will be crushed. Carly and Nina might think they have the upper hand, but Drew is not someone who can be easily defeated. He decides to strike back, and this time, he will not show mercy. Drew knows that both Carly and Nina are strong women, but they have a fatal weakness: they never truly trust each other. They may be collaborating to take him down, but their relationship has always been fragile. Drew understands that by reopening old wounds, he can shake their alliance from within. First, Drew focuses on Nina. He knows she has lost a lot because of Carly. She lost Sonny, had her right to Mother Nell taken away, and now she feels threatened as Drew influences Willow's life. Drew begins sowing doubt, triggering Nina's fear that Carly may have been using her all along to achieve her own agenda, that Carly would never truly consider her an ally. If Nina starts doubting Carly, their alliance will gradually crumble before they can strike. But Drew doesn't stop at division. He also manipulates Willow to weaken Nina. He plays the misunderstood man, pretending to be remorseful and trying to regain Willow's trust, causing Nina to feel like she is losing control over her daughter. If Willow starts siding with Drew, Nina will lose much of her drive to oppose him, and that's exactly what Drew is aiming for. With Carly, Drew uses a different, much more dangerous strategy. Carly has always been someone who can confront anyone, but she also has secrets she doesn't want anyone to know. Drew gathers evidence of Carly's past actions, from shady deals to personal mistakes she's tried to hide, and threatens to use them to destroy her if she doesn't back off. Carly has faced many enemies, but this time she may be up against someone who understands her better than anyone else. But Drew doesn't stop at personal attacks. He uses his power to influence Crimson, the magazine Nina runs, making her job much harder. If Nina loses control of her magazine, she will be weakened both in the business world and in her war with Drew. He begins manipulating investors, leaking negative information about Crimson, and forcing Nina to struggle in a battle she's unprepared for. However, Drew is not just targeting Carly and Nina. He's also planning to protect himself by seeking out new allies. He begins approaching people with conflicts with Carly and Nina, from Tracy Quartermaine to others who have clashed with the two women in the past. Drew is building a solid defense, ready to retaliate against any attack from Carly and Nina. But this isn't just a strategic battle, it's a psychological war that Drew is determined to win. He never stops applying pressure, forcing Carly and Nina to stay on constant alert, never knowing when the next attack will come. Every step he takes is calculated, every word carefully chosen to shake their alliance. The biggest question now is, who will win this battle? Carly and Nina may think they have control of the situation, but Drew is proving that he is not as easy to overthrow as they thought. He has learned how to play the power game his way, and this time he won't stop until he wins. This battle isn't just about power, it's about trust, old wounds that have never healed, and people willing to do anything to protect themselves. Drew may manipulate, threaten, and fight in every way possible, but will it be enough to defeat Carly and Nina, two of the most dangerous women in Port Charles? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you agree or disagree? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more updates. Your opinions matter, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.